Okay, today class we discuss about dual T-type 5-level cascade and multi-level inverter with double voltage boosting gain. So in this project we mainly focusing on 5-level cascade and multi-level inverters. So before discussing about overall this thing, let's focus on the abstract parameter. What is the role of the present paper? The role of the present proposed paper is I need to improve the impulse charging current, and also I need continuous power supply. Okay, that means non-uniform operation I need to perform in this project. So with the help of the proposed method, we reducing the current ripples and voltage spikes that appeared in before conventional methods. Okay, in this project we discuss about before conventional projects, that means existing methods. In existing methods we having three types of multi-level inverters: cascaded head bridge multi-level inverter, diode clamped inverter, and flying capacitor multi-level inverters. So these, with the help of these three multi-level inverters, we having so many disadvantages. Why? Because when you go into the different topics that will be discussed in this, suppose cascaded multi-level inverter, let's type cascaded multi-level inverter in Google. So click on images. So this is the images for the cascaded multi-level inverter for 5 level. So here we using 8 thyristors, anti-parallel connection of diodes. So you already know diodes are the uncontrollable devices, that means it is unidirectional flow, and switches, this will be operated by the gate trigger impulses that will be given to these switches. So by using these cascaded multi-level, we having so many disadvantages. Why? Because the circuit complexity will be more, and next multi-level converter is diode clamped inverter. Okay, search for it. So in diode clamped multi-level inverter, suppose take this an example. So here we are using so many switches and so many diodes. Due to the presence of these so many switches and diodes, we having voltage spikes and conduction losses on resistance conductance losses. Okay, all these are the disadvantages that will be placed due to this diode clamped multi-level inverter. So by using this design, we having current ripples and voltage spikes. So in order to reduce these voltage spikes and current ripples, we need to reduce the number of switches and number of capacitors and number of diodes. And next multi-level inverter is flying capacitors. So flying capacitor, just look up this diagram. So in this diagram also we are placing so many capacitors. So here we are using high rating capacitors here. By using high rating capacitors, we having high amount of cost. So in order to reduce this cost, we proposed the proposed method here. In this design, we prefer 5-level switched capacitor based cascaded multi-level inverter. This also one type of conventional method. Why? Because proposed method is this one. Okay, but here also we having some conventional method. This is the conventional method. By using 5-level switching capacitor based cascaded multi-level inverter, we having self-balancing voltage across this terminal, and also we having voltage boosting for the output terminal. Okay, So these two are the advantages by using 5-level switched capacitor based cascaded multi-level inverter. And we have also one disadvantage here. What is the disadvantage we talk about in this design means, in this design we having high impulse charging currents. Okay, high impulse charging currents will be proposed in this design. That means when we look in the results part, so when we see in this part, so these are the high impulse charging current. This is the disadvantage that will be present in figure number 1. So in order to reduce these high impulse charging currents, we need to go on to the proposed method. This is the proposed method. So how we are reducing high impulse charging currents means, we are placing LC filter here. This is the LC filter. So with the help of this LC filter, we are balancing the voltage and also we are reducing the impulse charging current here. Okay. So the major disadvantage in the conventional method is impulse charging current. Then the impulse charging current will be reduced by the LC parameter that will be connected series to the DC voltage. That is the advantage in the proposed method. So by using this, we improve the reliability of the capacitors and also the design, and also we are reducing the size of the MOSFETs that are used in this design. These two are the advantages for the proposed method. Okay. When we discuss about the design, I will show you the design. So by using these conventional methods, that means cascaded multi-level inverter, diode clamped inverter, flying capacitor multi-level inverter, we having so many disadvantages. What are the disadvantages that will be focusing on these existing methods means, we having number of clamping diodes and capacitors. That means with the use of high amount of diodes and capacitors, the cost of the design will be more, and also capacitor banks cost also will be more. Why? Because we are placing high rating capacitors now, so that's why the cost of the capacitors bank also increases. And also voltage imbalances will be generated across these existing methods. Due to the voltage imbalance, we having switching losses and heating losses. These are the drawbacks with the existing method. So we need to go to the proposed method. This is the proposed one. So by using this method, we improving the impulse charging current. That means current spikes will be reduced, and also self voltage balancing. That means voltage spikes will be reduced, and also voltage boosting character will be present due to this design. When we talk about the design in MATLAB, this is the design. Okay, look at this image, figure number 3. This terminal is in between A and B. Okay, it is here the proposed method is dual T type. Okay, dual T type means back to back connection of this design. Dual T type means back to back connection of this design. I will show you in this design. So this is the one. Okay, this is the circuit diagram for the proposed design, dual T type. This is back to back parallel connection of the cascaded multi-level inverter. How we are designing this means, we are back to back connected with the parallel connection of this cascaded multi-level inverter. This is the design that is connected back to back parallel connection. Okay, so when you run this model, just click on it. Excuse me. Okay, leave it them for a certain time to run the model. Then we discussing about the proposed method. The proposed method is dual T-type 5-level cascaded multi-level inverter. For voltage boosting purpose, we connecting a capacitor in series with the DC voltage. That means here we are using a capacitor that is series connected with the DC voltage. This is the DC voltage, and we are placing an inductor. Why we are placing the inductor means to prevent the impulse charging currents. That is the disadvantage in the conventional method. That means in this design we having this impulse charging current. So in order to reduce this impulse charging current, we are placing smoothing inductor here. That means a smoothing reactor. By using smoothing reactor, we reducing the impulse charging current. So this is the advantage for the proposed method. And then we are using soft charging process. That means soft switching using in this model. By using soft switching, that means soft switching, we having two types of switching methods for turn on and turn off of the MOSFET. When we are doing soft and hot switching methods, look at this image. By using hot switching, we having switching losses heavier. So in order to reduce these switching losses, we require soft switching processes. That means we need to reduce the switching losses. How we are reducing the switching losses means by using this proposed design. That means with the help of these L and C parameters, we are reducing the charging impulse charging current. Whatever the charging current will be flowing in this design, that will be controlled by these two storage elements. By these two storage elements, we improve the voltage boosting gain and also the impulse charging current. That means voltage spikes that will be generated in this design. So these are the advantages for the proposed model. And in this paper we discussing about modulation index method. This is the in phase opposition, okay, in phase opposition pulse width modulation technique. That means here we are using two triggering angles, two triangular triggering angles. These triangular triggering angles will be act as a carrier based pulses. That means when we compared carrier wave signal with the reference signal, this sine wave is the reference signal. When we compare these two signals, we are generating pulse for the switches. Okay, that means this waveform will shows the in phase opposition pulse width modulation technique. By using this method, we are generating pulses to turn on the switches that will be present here. That means here we having S1 to X10 switches here. That means if you want to turn on these switches, we require a gate triggering pulse. That gate triggering pulse will be generated by the help of this pulse width modulation, in phase pulse width modulation. I will show you the results of the in phase pulse width modulation technique in the design part. That means in this part. Suppose I will show you in the controlling design part. So here we are using one sine waveform. For these two sine waveform, we are placing two triangular waveforms. These are the carrier waveforms. That means carrier frequency waveforms here. So when we compare the reference signal with the carrier signal, comparator will be the relation operator here. When we compare these waveforms, we are obtaining the waveform like this way. This is the in phase opposition pulse width modulation technique result. I show you. When you zoom on this result, it clearly visible the diagram. Okay, so this is the image as in the figure number 6. This is the figure as in the figure number 6. When we zoom on it, we clearly observe the waveform. Okay, and then we need to discuss about the results for the proposed method. So these are the results for the proposed method. The output voltage for the proposed method with the two cascaded models. Okay, cascaded connection means back to back parallel connection. Okay, so I will visualize the results for the method. So this is the output for the overall result. These are the output for the overall result for the cascaded bits. Just check on the results for the input, zoom on it. Okay, this is the output result for the file level and also current waveform. Also check for the current waveform, zoom for it. Okay, so 400 voltage with 4 ampere current will be output for this design, and then output voltage for the first model, output voltage for the first model, zoom it. So this is the output for the first model, and also capacitor charging current, capacitor charging current for the first model. When you zoom on it, so now you observe the waveform as clearly in the proposed method. Here we don't having any axis for the x parameter. That means here he doesn't mention any x-axis level. That's why when you zoom on it, we clearly observe the waveform. Okay, and then charging currents across the capacitor 1. Click zoom on here. Okay, this is the inductor charging current waveform. So this is the output results for the first model, and then we having output results for the second model here. That means these are the results for the, these results are results for this model, for this cascaded multi-level inverter 1, and these results are the output results for these two cascaded multi-level inverter. Okay, so here the results we discussing about in the proposed method, and also there in the tabular form they mentioned the load parameter. Here they considering resistive load and inductive load. That's why we are placing a resistive and inductive element here. So they also mentioning the ratings for these R and L parameters. Whatever the R and L parameter that will be mentioned here, that only taken in this mode in this design. Okay, so this is the overall theme for the proposed method. So what is the advantage for the proposed method means, when we talk about the conventional method. Okay, when we talk about the conventional method, this is the conventional method. In this conventional method, when we compare this conventional method, we having so many disadvantages. That means high charging currents or high impulse charging currents will be disadvantage in this model. So in this model we having, that means by using proposed method we prevent the high charging current that will flow in this design by using smoothing reactor. Okay, so by the proposed method we having three main advantages. One is self capacitive balancing method, and second one is voltage boosting gain, and third one is to prevent the impulse charging currents. So this is the advantage for the proposed method. So thank you for watching this video. Please share and subscribe me. Okay.